Friday, September 3rd edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East. We'll start off with some Earl talk, but Earl will be pulling away today, and really the dominant weather story over the weekend will be a change to much, much cooler weather. It'll be a delightful Labor Day holiday weekend weather-wise. Let's start off with the radar imagery, though. This is Earl churning off the coast. The center did remain east of the Outer Banks, but several more hours. I'm cutting this video during the 4 a.m. hour, and at that point in time, probably 3 to 4 more hours of battering rain and winds for the Outer Banks. But so far, most of the wind gusts even have been below hurricane force. So it has not been a terrible situation, but there has been some overwash of Highway 12 in some spots from both the Sound and the Atlantic, depending on the location. And there'll be more possibilities for that over the next several hours. And conditions will then greatly improve later today along the Outer Banks as Earl pulls farther up the coast. And I'll show you more in the tropics here in just a couple of moments. Let's get into the current temperatures. These are 4 a.m. temperatures. And what I want to point out to you is all of this cooler air back here in the plains, and that is dropping southeast. It's going to engulf all of the central and the eastern part of the country here as a nice trough digs in. This is the upper air chart here at 8 a.m. Earl along the coast. Look at this trough diving in, and here's what it looks like by 8 a.m. Saturday. Really, really nice stuff. Big trough in the eastern part of the United States. That's going to deliver a nice shot of some cooler air for Labor Day weekend, but it will warm back up as we get toward the mid part of next week. Some at least lower 90s back in place for highs. All right, let's get into the modeling. Today, Friday, is going to be a hot day. Earl pulling away, so the rain will end to the Outer Banks probably by early afternoon. No rain at all for the Piedmont or the mountains today. Well, I'll say for the Piedmont. Late in the day as the front moves in, could be a couple of mountain showers. The Piedmont staying dry. And it's going to be hot. Highs well up into the 90s with very low levels of humidity again today. But then that cooler air moves in, and it looks like low to at most mid-80s for highs in the Piedmont, 70s in the mountains tomorrow. Beautiful, beautiful weather. Sunshine all day long. Sunday morning and Monday morning, we'll see some 50s for lows in the Piedmont, mountain lows in the 40s. Sunday looks beautiful, low to mid-80s for highs, lots of sunshine, again 70s in the mountains. Monday, back up toward the mid to upper 80s for highs. And then by Tuesday, maybe some highs creeping to around 90. If not Tuesday, then by Wednesday, some lower 90s back in place. Nothing exceptionally hot. I think as we get toward the end of next week, though, we'll see some cooler weather try to settle back in again. Well, we'll see. That's a question mark, but at least no extended periods of really, really hot stuff in the offing. I wanted to show you this, though. Look at the bottom right-hand part of your screen. That is what the GFS does with the remnants of Gaston, eventually pulling that north through the Bahamas and then moving it inland into the southern New England coast all the way out on September 16th. Obviously, that's no man's land in terms of modeling right now, but I wanted to show you. All right, there's the satellite imagery of Earl. Earl steadily weakened down to a Category 2 intensity as it made its closest approach to the Outer Banks. And this will race up the coast, and this will bring some wind and rain to much of the New England coastline, especially when you get up around Cape Cod. And then certainly southeastern Canada will be the eventual landfall spot of Earl. Fiona, still battling some heavy shear. This will head really right toward Bermuda, but probably staying fairly weak as it does so. And I mentioned Gaston. Gaston deteriorated back into a tropical wave, but I don't know that we're done with Gaston. Most of the modeling redevelops that. And again, this is the spaghetti plots. Gaston, at least for the next 5 or 6 days, will take a farther south track than the past couple of systems have done, and we'll see if that gets recurved northward after that. Just one select model plot here. This is the Canadian out at 144 hours. That's Gaston. That's the system behind it, and then even another one emerging off Africa. So the tropic's not done yet by any means. All right, so that's it for this Friday edition of the Carolina Weather Video. No new videos next week. I'll attempt to post some issues on the blog from time to time, but no new videos next week. Next full edition of the Carolina Weather Video will be all the way out on a Monday, let's see, what would that be? It's the 13th of September. All right, that's it for today. Have a great Friday, a great Labor Day weekend, and God bless.